Hey, girl, hey.
Hey, long time no see.
Oh my gosh, I know. We're recording back to back, so. Oh, how are you?
I'm okay. I'm starting to get a little bit loopy, but I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I went shopping earlier today, so I'm doing
Where
real
did you
good.
go? Let me live vicariously through you.
Had some retail therapy. Not too exciting, but well, I went and picked up our P.O. Box mail. Nothing there.
Dang
And I
it.
dropped off some clothes to sell. So hopefully when I pick those up tomorrow or Monday, I can get some more shopping in. But I had some Old Navy cash, and
Ooh.
Alex, my husband, had a gift card. So we went to Old Navy.
Ooh, your husband.
My husband. I know. I'm still not used to that word.
Neither am I.
It's a little, I don't know. I'm trying it out because, like we've been together for a decade or so, and he's always just been like my partner.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right? But husband, just, I don't know. I'm trying it out. It just feels a little, I don't know, like bougie or something. But
Okay.
we're getting used to it. But yeah, we went to Old Navy. Super fun. And then we went to DSW, and I got 4 pairs of new shoes.
I'm gonna need a try on later because I haven't been to a DSW in such a long time. For those
Oh
of
my
you who
gosh.
don't know, it stands for, oh gosh, is it Discount Shoe Warehouse or Department Shoe Warehouse?
Yeah. Or dress shoe warehouse?
It might be dress shoe. Discount dress.
Dress shoe?
Why does none of this sound correct?
I never thought of that. Somebody's probably like screaming.
I know that
it's right
shoe
here.
warehouse.
Designer shoe warehouse.
So none of the ones I said.
Close.
Great.
But they have a lot of discounted shoes. So.
They really do.
Like-
I love DSW.
Right?
I used to get all of my shoes there. I need to go get new tennis shoes because mine are, they're a little thin. I could feel the pavement when I was walking my 20 blocks today.
Ooh, girl.
And I didn't realize it until today. And I went, oh no.
Yeah, that sounds thin. Yeah. All my shoes are open-toed, I realized, which is very odd, except some that needed to go be donated because they were just a little worn. But so yeah, I got 2 pairs of boots and 2 pairs of like slidey mule shoes.
Fun.
I know. It was some retail therapy. Can't ever hurt, you know.
Well, I'm currently on a spending freeze at my
In
my household. We are on a spending freeze for things that are not mandatory because I have been on a little bit too much retail therapy and I'm trying to reel that back in.
See, I was like starving myself of retail therapy, so all of my clothes are like pilled and dingy, and I was just like, we just need to go and just refresh some basics. Hey everyone, my name is Ellen.
And my name's Alyssa, and welcome to the Modern Singer Podcast. What are we talking about today, Ellen?
We're talking about long distance relationships and how to make them work as a singer.
Ooh, my least favorite relationships.
It's not always the most fun.
It's not fun, but we all have to do it eventually. And I've done it, you've done it.
Yeah.
It's kind of a bummer sometimes, but there's definitely ways to make it more fun and to stay connected to your partner.
I think that as a working musician, it's going to happen to the best of us probably. So we're here to just, chat about it and find solutions. So, with summer approaching, schedules are changing and people are moving, people are graduating, people are getting summer gigs, and that just inevitably brings long distance relationships. Whether you're finishing school, getting ready to start a new program, or going off to a summer gig, change is inevitable. For those in a relationship, these new experiences may mean being separated from your significant other for various periods of time. Long-distance relationships, as we all know, are no picnic, and being in a relationship as a singer can add just another layer of difficulty. Here are just a few tips to help you navigate the tricky waters of a long-distance dating this summer.
The first thing you need to do is find a communication style that works for both of you. People think when you're in a long-distance relationship, it's most beneficial to talk on the phone all the time, but as a busy singer, it may be really hard to find free time to talk. Find some time to text your partner, send photos and voice memos. You can also utilize Zoom, FaceTime, or send each other care packages and letters through the mail. For me, I know that I'm a super visual and kinesthetic person. My highest love languages are touch and quality time. So really carving out time with my partner to do a FaceTime dinner, to do something together where we're on the phone. Tonight, I think we actually have one tonight. So I don't have like a long distance relationship. It's a medium distance relationship. It's a 2-hour train ride from my house to his house.
It's a New York relationship.
Yeah. I saw that term on, I think it was a BuzzFeed article, and I really liked it because like I can get from my house to his house and back to my house in a day if I have to. I just would rather not spend 4 hours on a train. But tonight we're literally having a FaceTime date to work on our resumes together. And like it's the quality time and acts of service mixed in and just actively making time for each other. But no matter what your preferred method may be, find a few effective communication styles that you can both enjoy so it doesn't feel like a chore or get stale.
Use the time that you do have to have a positive communication. Unfortunately, we all have subconsciously used conversations with our significant other to complain. I know I am definitely that person to complain about parts of our day or our life that aren't going exactly as we hoped. While it is important to vent now and then, the limited conversations and time we often get with our partners should not be negative in nature. Even if the conversation needs to be serious, it doesn't need to be negative. If you choose to spark positive conversation, chances are you and your partner will be laughing or at least smiling by the end, and you'll be utilizing that small time in a positive way.
Acknowledge your partner's achievements and activities. Does your partner have a performance or a presentation at work? Maybe they had an important meeting that day, or maybe they took an important test. Be sure to remember and acknowledge the things going on in your partner's life, even while you're not physically together, rather than simply just focusing on you or what the two of you are doing in that moment. Wish your partner good luck, congratulate them, and remind them that their accomplishments bring you joy too. There's a lot that goes into being a good partner, and being able to support each other and celebrate each other's wins is definitely one of the top.
Don't forget to also communicate your feelings. This advice can be applied to any relationship. Communicate with your partner. This is especially important in long-distance relationships because you don't really have that body language to provide clues to what's going on kind of beneath the surface. You really usually only have your words, right? Let your partner know how you're feeling rather than waiting to see each other to talk in person. Don't forget to lean on them when you need support due to circumstances outside of your relationship. Tell them about your messy roommate, that frustrating singer who doesn't always know their lines, or how much you miss your favorite ice cream shop or snuggling with them. You know, communicating and sharing emotions and supporting each other can bring you two closer while you're apart and improve your communication skills for when you're back together.
Another way to strengthen your communication is to figure out you and your partner's love language. I know I've talked to my partner a lot about mine. We had a really fun game that we played on one of our first dates where we would go back and forth and say something that wasn't the traditional 5. I think one of mine, oh gosh, what was it? It was giving your partner the last bite of food, even though it's your favorite meal.
I like that.
It's those little acts for me was one of mine. And then I think one of his was he loves it. He loves having his hair played with. We're both like very physically touchy people, which is hilarious to me. But start to notice how your partner gives love and how they want to receive love. How people give and receive love and their preferences there isn't always the same. So figuring out your love language makes it easier to support your partner in the way that is most meaningful to them. If maybe they like receiving love in a way that's not your strength, for me, that's gift giving is my lowest out of the traditional 5. It's just not something I particularly enjoy doing, but when I do give gifts, like there's a lot of thought that goes into it because I consider it an act of service, doing that research on them. So find ways to make it special. Most people have a combination of love languages and really do like giving and receiving love in different ways. If you don't know your love language, Google it and find a couple different quizzes. I know that there's a couple of really fun BuzzFeed ones that'll pop up.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Alex and I are completely different people. We have completely different communication styles. I'm extroverted. He's introverted. We're like opposites attract completely. And we took the love languages, like the classic, the 5 that Alyssa has brought up a couple times. And we have the same 2 types of love languages, that how we receive love. It's quality time and physical touch. And it was just so eye-opening that we're completely two different people, and how we react to things, how we are as humans, how we communicate. But the way we like to receive love is exactly the same. I guess that's why we're married. But
imagine that.
Wow, what a concept, right? I guess it worked out. No, just kidding. But it is interesting exercise to do, and I like your advice of finding examples like getting your hair played or just holding hands or something like that, because then you can remember those things when you are together. Or if it's something like I like a daily text in the morning or just a thinking of you text or something, that's something you definitely do in a long distance relationship.
Yeah, and finding those little things to do for each other are the things that are going to grow your relationship, and it's the things that's going to keep you really working together while you're not physically together.
While you are in that long distance relationship, don't forget to immerse yourself in your work and your friends. Whether you're an introvert or the social butterfly like me,
Or me.
make sure you have fun and make memories without your significant other. By having fun in the moment, you're not only keeping yourself busy, but you'll also have new stories to tell your partner when you're on the phone or when you see them next in person. Also, use this time to audition for shows, plan recitals, learn new music, or immerse yourself in a new hobby. In short, just remember to create a life for yourself wherever you are and make sure you're living it.
Yeah, I think one of the most important parts that a lot of us forget, myself included, when we first start relationships and as they start to evolve, is we're still our own humans. Something that I read it in a book, and I don't remember which one, but it was, I don't need a partner. I want one, and I want to make time for them. I want to keep them in my life because they bring me so much joy and love. So really finding and being your own person on top of that is super, super important, because if you're just going to be a cookie cutter version of them, then it's not a relationship. That's not a relationship. That's a mirror.
Yeah, and I mean, Alex and I have been together, I was just saying this to you, I think, before we started recording, but for over a decade. And when you're with somebody that long, when you have all the same friends and when you do all the same things and you live together, you spend 90% of your time together, your identity is very much intertwined with that person. But if you're not spending time on yourself, if you're not spending time on your own hobbies or, going out to drinks or happy hour with coworkers or whatever it is, and really also having your own life, you kind of lose yourself. And I think that's when people start to become unhappy. That's when sometimes there's riff in the relationship, and just
I'm sorry, did you say that there's rifts in the relationship?
riffs.
There's a T on that word.
Rifts. 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 Oh my lord. That's when there sometimes could be rifts in the relationship. Is that right? Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah, it's rifts, but I thought you were saying riffs as in like Christina Aguilera.
Riffs.
R-I-F-F is what I was hearing.
I don't know. I'm from the Midwest. We just squeeze words together, and
Squeesh.
my mouth works 10 times faster than my brain, so
Honestly, same. But with these rifts in mind, you do need to trust your significant other. The basis of any good relationship is trust. Trust that they will call you when they say that they will, that they're gonna book the plane tickets to visit you if they said they did, and of course, trust that they will be faithful. Not trusting your significant other can make the distance extremely stressful and painful. If you are in a newer relationship, don't hesitate to have the conversation with your partner about what you actually expect from them and what they can expect from you while you're away. Open, honest communication is the best way to avoid any surprises in your relationship. This is so important, and you need to have the DTR conversation. You have to define your relationship, no matter where you are in your relationship. Maybe it's 2 months, maybe it's 8 years. Who's to say? Being open with your partner, saying, these are my expectations, because they can't read your mind and you can't read theirs.
yes.
Something that
Yes.
I have tried to really implement in my life is listening to what people say out loud and what they say that they're going to do. Listening to that, taking that at face value, and then afterwards, if their actions do not match up with it, then I evaluate my relationship with them. Maybe if that's a friend, a coworker, a significant other, whatever. But make sure that you're having these open, honest communications so that you don't have any surprises while you're apart.
Be clear with your partner. Like you said, you can't You can't read minds and they can't read minds. We're all human. So
If they can, do let me
clear,
know.
Yeah, if they can, I need to know how.
I would just
or
like to know.
why.
I promise not to tell NASA or whatever, but I am curious.
I don't think I want the ability to read minds. I just would like to know if somebody can read mine. But being clear with your partner is very key. You know, are you exclusive? Do you expect to talk to them every day? Do you want to talk to them every day? I know Alex and I, when I'm away, we don't talk on the phone as much. We text. I talk to him every couple days because we don't spend a lot of time apart. And that's kind of our self-care, our nurturing, our single selves time. And then checking in over text or calling before bedtime or something. Another thing to ask is when they plan on coming to visit you or when you're going out to visit them. Leaving a relationship in a gray area will only lead to problems. You want to be able to focus on your singing with a clear head, free from the distractions or problems or even questions you have in your relationship.
I will say something else that's super important is the balance of responsibilities in relationships. Something that I've really had to prioritize in my long distance relationships is making sure that there's a balance of I'm going to fly out to see you, you're going to fly out to see me, and we switch off. Or like I'll buy dinner on Tuesday and they buy dinner on Friday or whatever it is that we're seeing each other. And that's balanced. To me, that is a partnership, and that's what I'm looking for. And I've been super upfront with that to my current partner, not to my last partners. Many apologies. I wasn't great.
Hey, you live and you learn, right? That's
like,
the point.
Exactly. And I've learned over the years like what I want and what I don't. And there's a lot of relationships I've had that I learned what I do not want.
Yes. I think that's what most relationships are for. Like, I don't like this. I don't like that. I will never put up with that again. I don't think I want to put up with that anymore. That was awesome. Let's do that next time. Yeah. It is really key. Or like, you know, like in friendships, we talk about this all the time. Are you the friend that's reaching out all the time and the other person isn't hitting you up? It's the same in any sort of relationship. Yeah. You know, make sure your partner is texting or calling you first, just sometimes, and vice versa. You know, like Alyssa said, it's really about balance in the relationship.
Did you say vice versa?
Maybe.
It's vice versa. VICE.
Vice versa? Vice versa. Oh, Jesus Christ.
What do you say? Let us know.
I don't, yeah, vice versa. No,
it's
you're
vice
right.
Versa.
It's vice versa.
Okay, Italian.
It's a me, Mario.
Whatever you do, remember that this distance is temporary and have your next visit planned, whenever that is. Maybe it's a week in advance. Maybe it has to be a month in advance, but have it planned before you leave each other every single time. Knowing the next time you're going to see each other will definitely give you both something to look forward to, and you can have something to celebrate when you are reunited. During a gig, you may not have as many opportunities to visit each other, so having an end date in mind will really keep you motivated.
As a singer, long-distance relationships may be inevitable. However, distance doesn't have to ruin a relationship. If you and your partner are willing to try long distance, you may find you communicate better, trust each other more, and as a result, have an overall stronger relationship.
It's definitely not all sunshine and flowers.
No.
My partner is currently applying for tenure tracks in Tennessee and Louisiana to be a professor, which is great. I'm so proud of him. But it also, I'm living in New York and I'm not leaving. So it's going to be, having these conversations has been really beneficial for both of us so that we know what to expect.
Yeah, talking about your long-term goals too, especially if you're in college or if your career track, takes you, like you said, on like a tenure, or
if you're turning 30 in 6 months and you just got carded at a bar because the bartender didn't believe that you were 21 and or older. Whatever.
Hey, at least you have that problem. They stopped carding me.
I legitimately, I get carded every single time. I'm really annoyed. I am 29. Oh. What happened on Thursday?
Well, once you get to 33, they stop carding you,
She thought I was 19.
Oh, hey.
I'm like, thank you, but also that's insulting.
Yeah, you're like, I'm at least 21. Like, look
I
at
ordered
me.
a
Look
gin
at
and
me,
tonic.
okay? You're like, I didn't order a Bud Light. Like, come on.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but it's important to have these conversations. You know, what are your goals? Even me and Alex, you know, we're in our 30s, early 30s. We're very settled, but it's like, what are your goals? You know, we almost moved to the Pacific Northwest. If I didn't, you know, if somebody didn't want to do that, that's
Like
something to
serial
talk about.
killers.
So no matter where you are, what's up?
I said like serial killers.
Oh yeah, like serial killers. Well, you know, that's why we're going. Duh. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's important to have those conversations, long distance relationships or not. But when you're in a long distance relationship, like we said, there's not as many body cues, facial cues. You're not spending that time together day to day, finding out if you really can spend a lot of time with this person or not. So it is really important to communicate, to talk about your goals, and just to be clear and honest with each other.
And celebrate when you're together.
Heck yeah, celebrate. Thank you so much for listening. Want to hear more from us? Sign up for our monthly newsletter and gain access to our monthly freebies and other updates.
Ellen and I want to make sure that we can keep getting new information out to our singing community, but to do that, we need your help. If you like what you're hearing, please leave us a review. If you don't, please feel free to keep it to yourself. But reviewing the podcast wherever you listen really helps us reach new listeners around the world.
Looking for the resources we mentioned today? Check out our show notes to see everything we used to make this episode.
And if you want to buy us a coffee to enjoy while we're creating these episodes, you can always drop us a tip wherever you follow us.
See you next time.
Bye. The end.